How are you, wherever you're watching us from? Welcome to yet another exciting episode of Churchill Show, my journey and my story. And we're so glad that you could join us today for yet another episode. And once again, thank you so much for your comments, your feedbacks. That is what keeps us moving. Now, on today's episode of Churchill Show, my journey, my story, you've requested for her. She's been on radio for 21 years. Yes, you got it right, 21 years. And guess what? She's just getting started. Yes, she dared to venture in a field where men dominate. We are talking about the number one sports journalist and your number one sports presenter. This is the amazing story from Botswana with love, the story of Carol Radul. Come along with me.
Hi, my name is Carol Radul. This is my first time appearing on Churchill Show, so I think I've made it in life. But let me tell you where it all began. A long, long time ago, I was born in Kisumu, but I don't even remember those years. We went to Botswana when I was like 2 years old. That's where I did my primary school with my sister and my two brothers. I'm the third born. I had my older brother Robert, then my sister, then me, then my younger brother George. My dad was a mining engineer. So he was working for De Beers Mining Company. That's why he got posted in a place called Orapa, which is on the edge of the Kalahari Desert. That's where I grew up. It was a town full of expatriates. Unfortunately, 70s and 80s, it was full of white South Africans. So apparently, I grew up in an apartheid environment. Not very difficult for children, because children don't see color. But if you speak to my parents, they'll give you to my mom, she'll give you a totally different story. She'll tell you there was a lot of apartheid when we were growing up. Yeah, we went to school. I was very active in school, played literally every sport, believe it or not, except in primary, except rugby, in secondary, except rugby and football. I was very good in racket games, very good at swimming. My brothers and sisters, all of us excellent at swimming. Secondary school, we came back to Kenya because my dad retired. I went to some private schools and eventually landed at Kenya High School, where I was, believe it or not, voted by the teachers as most likely to fail in life. Which was quite funny because 20 years later, they called me back to be on the board of governors. And I was like, thanks, but no thanks. But those teachers have since gone. I don't even know why they had those informal votes, which I think were very in bad taste, you know. But I struggled to keep up at Kenya High because I'd come from a system where I was doing South African education system, then English education system, eventually Kenyan education system, which is really tough, by the way. And I guess for me, playing sport was kind of an escape. So we're very good swimmers, very good at badminton. I used to go until nationals. Swimming used to go until nationals, represent Nairobi province, win a few medals here and there. Then while I was in my fourth form year though, that's when I lost my younger brother to cancer, George. It was very difficult. That was in the 80s. It was a time when doctors in Kenya knew nothing about cancer, which was very disturbing. And they would treat symptoms, not a disease. So that was my first exposure to cancer. Fast forward a couple of years, I lost my elder brother, not to cancer. And then later on, I lost my dad to cancer as well. So that probably is what got me into cancer activism, if I can call it that. I remember when I was growing up, the beauty about having two brothers and one sister is that we had teams. And I remember we were very competitive when we were growing up, and everything we'd do, we'd divide ourselves either in teams, either girls against boys, or younger against older, or me and my elder bro were considered fat versus my sister and my younger bro who was skinny, so fat against skinny, but we'd always pair up. We'd play games like stingers around the house, with tennis balls, cowboys and Indians, and we'd have swimming competitions. I was fortunate enough to have a swimming pool in the garden, so we'd have swimming competitions and things like that. Amongst my brothers and sisters, I think I was the spoiled one because every time somebody got bought something new, I wanted it. If my younger brother needed new shoes because his were spoiled, I wanted new shoes. If my elder sister got something for her birthday, I wanted even though it wasn't my birthday. And sometimes I would get, sometimes my parents would say, Apana, stop being spoiled. Maybe I was a spoiled child, I don't know. But over the years, I've overcome that. What else do I remember most about my childhood? Just being really, really active and outdoorsy. Something we miss nowadays. Kids are not outdoorsy, but I was very outdoorsy. I won't show you my legs now, but scrapes, and I fell off trees, and we would play obstacle races. I got hurt. I broke my arm. I don't know what I didn't break. I broke my nail. That's because of putting a bicycle upside down and then winding the chain like this, and then my finger got stuck inside. I remember that. And then my brothers and sisters, instead of winding back to remove it, pulled me out by force, and I lost literally my whole finger and my whole nail. So yeah, very, very active child, and got physically hurt a lot. But that's the past. I was not a fan of school at all. Like every parent, there were number 1, 2, and 3. In my younger primary years. I liked school when I was in Botswana. When we came to Kenya, we were thrown into boarding school, and I did not like boarding school. I did not like the food. I did not like not having my mom or my dad. I think I was a mama's girl or daddy's girl. I hated school. I couldn't wait to finish. I struggled, but I think I had a lot of self-discipline in that I never got suspended, I never got expelled, I was punished quite a bit, but that was usually from failing maths. I remember sweeping that Kenya High car park a couple of times. I remember cleaning the Kenya High toilets a couple of times. Yeah, that was my life growing up. And I guess since I finished school until now, I still don't know what I want to be when I grow up.
Credo faster, unua credo sasa imekuwa rahisi na credo faster. Kumbuka ni *264#.
Get 2% airtime bonus on airtime bot.
Credo faster.
You know how say ukwe na luku ya zaneti. Luku ya zaneti. Hapa siwezi spin. Ya zaneti. It's recording day na luku ni ya zaneti.
Yeah, luku ni moto. Luku ni safi. Nimetoka soko. Kashika.
But then can you do news in Kiswahili? Jambo karibu.
No. Siwezi.
Habari za michezo. Jina langu ni Radul.
That's it. Kwaheri.
I don't want to put up akina Ghost na akina Gidi pamoja. Okay, welcome back. Welcome back to Churchill Show. My journey, my story, my goodness. What a guest. Nasikia vile naifanyi kwa serious.
Now I'm famous. I'm on Churchill Show.
No, you're
I'm
already famous. I mean,
now I am on Churchill Show.
People need to know that you are behind Radio Jambo, putting all those big names together.
Ghost, Gidi.
Kwanza that laugh. How did you even get Ghost? Mololo.
Do you know Ghost?
Yeah.
When we hired Ghost, he had just been voted the second most popular Kenyan in a poll. That was 2008, August. Number 1 was the late Kofi Annan, may his soul rest in peace. Number 2 was Ghost Mulee. He had just won Sakafa with Tusker FC. He was the second most popular Kenyan. By the way, he had never done media, any media at all. I just knew him from the touchline. And I told PQ and then was Pete Sinclair. Hire this Ghost. We're doing a sports station. And you want big names. Hire Ghost Mulee.
Why? Did you know he had such an infectious laughter?
Bibi apili huyo akileta chakula anapiga gorogoro moja, anakula mchana mpaka usiku. James akakasirika akasema ati bibi gani nakula kama majini.
His laughter developed. I knew he had good communication skills.
He does.
He was the most authentic sports personality in the country. At the time. Who could appear, and he could appear on radio, he's confident, everything.
Even now.
Ghost came for his interview and asked me whether he can do the job. I thought it's supposed to be the other way around.
Why are we talking about other people? Let's talk about...
know.
Tell me something about Botswana. How was Botswana?
I was a child, so I don't remember too much. It's just a child. You go to primary school, you mix with different cultures. I had my 2 brothers, my sister there. It was primary school. Everybody loves primary school. You start not liking school in high school if you're like me. So it was just, it was an easygoing life. It was a small town called Orapa, edge of Kalahari Desert. low population, but full of white South Africans, which I didn't realize at the time.
Yeah.
It was a racist environment. If you talk to my mom, that's what she'll tell you now. It was a very racist environment.
Yeah.
But for kids, you don't feel that.
You don't.
Kids don't see color. They don't see anything. You go to school, you play in the playground together.
Yeah.
And played a lot of sports with my brothers, my sisters, swam a lot, climbed trees, got into trouble.
Dad was engineer.
My father was a mining engineer.
Engineer.
Engineer Alex Radul. But do we say?
You don't say. But you don't say.
And then he was working for De Beers. De Beers
Yeah.
was and probably still is the number one diamond mining company in the world.
Back then.
Yes, 70s. Were you born?
Yeah, of course I was around. So you learned some Botswana. How was
No.
Botswana?
Well, I knew a
Botswana.
few words like Dumelama.
Those Dumelama. Sounds like a football team.
Hello to a lady, because Ma is lady, Ra is male.
So how do I love you?
So,
I love you in Botswana.
I never got a Botswana boyfriend, so I
Never
don't
got
know.
a- So nakupenda is Dumala.
No, that's a greeting. Dumela.
Dumela is how are you?
Dumela ma or dumela ra. One to the lady, one to the man. Then you say utsuhile.
Siungoja tuende bit by bit.
That's habari.
Habari. So let me go back to Dumela. Dumela makaro.
No, it's not romantic at all.
Okay, how do you want it romantic? Okay, let me pause.
By the way, Setswana is like Doluo. It's spoken in capital letters.
Okay.
Dumela.
Dumela.
Oh, Yaure.
Okay, Luo is in capital. You speak in
Yes.
Dumela.
Have you ever heard a Luo speak softly?
By the way, I haven't heard.
Thank you.
Nigidi peke yake.
Can you speak softly?
Dumela ma. Imagine I'm waiting for the reply, but I'm
didn't
waiting for the
really-
response.
Dumela ra.
Ah,
So you say dumela ma, I say dumela ra. Then you say utsuhile, I say utsuhila ra.
Usihile?
Okay.
So how did you find yourself back as a family? Mlirudi lini?
My father retired when I was now coming to high school. So he went to work in Angola. So we came back to Bondo and were thrown into Kenya. First we went to private
You went to
schools,
Bondo
then
streets?
Yeah. Me, I'm a Bondo girl. That is where home is. It is Bondo.
Uh-huh.
I started living in Nairobi after high school.
Uh-huh.
So me, I'm a Shags Modo.
Uh-huh.
Hey.
We'll talk about that Bondo story. How's Bomas? Boma.
Kenya High.
Mm.
Do you know what BOMA stands for? Best of Male Appeal. We had the most beautiful girls,
Yeah.
so they say.
Yeah,
at Kenya High.
precisely. How was it, Kenya?
It was a tricky experience because I came from private school to Kenya High School.
Yeah.
And, in private school, everything is done for you. Your
That's
clothes are
right.
washed,
Yeah.
you have 3-course meals,
Uh-huh.
you're visited when you want, all
Yeah.
these things. Then
Yeah.
you come to a place with structure. And Carol Radul did not know structure.
Discipline.
And I was relatively disciplined.
Kenya High is a very good school.
It's a good school.
Yeah,
It's a good
absolutely.
school. I struggled with the Kenyan education system.
How was it?
I was voted most likely to fail in life.
Really?
By-
Were you a tomboy?
I was a tomboy throughout. In fact, if you look at pictures when I was young, I don't know if my mother has them, I wore shorts all the time. My mom used to get so upset.
Which sport were you playing?
All of us were swimmers. Me, my sister, my 2 brothers.
Hata sasa?
Very good swimmers. I'm an excellent swimmer,
Uh-huh.
if I should say so myself.
Uh-huh.
Racket games, I played badminton,
Yeah.
tennis.
Yeah.
I literally played all ball games except rugby and football. And somebody somewhere saw my talent and decided that I should be in media.
Yeah.
By the way, the person who decided I should be in media is the late, great Mohammed Amin.
Of Mohammed Amin Foundation.
Mohammed Amin, that time it was not a foundation.
Yeah.
Because he was still alive.
Okay.
So remember when I used to do theatre at
Yes.
Kenya, at
Let's go.
National
That's where it's
Theatre
coming. Tell me about
and
the
French
theatre
Cultural Centre. But then the French trained me. The French trained me in theatre, took me to theatre school, graduated from theatre school.
Yeah.
I owe the French a lot, eh?
Yeah. Alliance Française.
Yes. That time it was Maison Française.
Maison Française.
Oui.
Still a
Remember
loiter.
when they used to do theatre courses?
That's where I met you.
Yeah, a long time ago, you were still thin. Then KBC had advertised for people who wanted to be newsreaders.
Yes.
I was still working at the time. We were
Yeah.
doing Omo Picker Box at the time.
Yeah.
So I was called to be trained as a newsreader. We were trained by Rafal Tuju.
Yeah.
Then when Mohammed Amin was starting his program, Africa Journal, under
Yeah.
Reuters, he was
Yeah.
looking for African talent in media. So he wanted African voices. He believed that African voices should be telling African stories.
Yes.
Not Wazungu coming in and telling us how to do our
Stories.
news. So he said, I need an African voice. So I was identified, I was scouted, I was poached.
Yeah.
From that time I was doing freelance at BBC, freelance at KBC.
Yeah.
And I was poached to be on Africa Journal.
Wow.
That is when they started training me to do media properly. We used to travel all over Africa doing social stories and stuff like that. That one. Hey, you remember?
I did one.
By the way, nobody here knows what you mean. Oh, you did an Africa Journal?
Yes, for Kiswahili. I think that was the first ad I did, a docu.
Yeah, it was like a... I forgot that. So I worked with Mohammed Amin for about a year. Then
very professional, I have to say. Mohammed
Amin believed in Africans telling African stories.
Right.
When I moved to Finance House with the show, they decided, this girl should be doing hard news. It was decided for me. Hard regional news.
Now, you know, someone watching right now, Tashindwa, na hii story ya sports, where did it come in?
Badai. From there, I was poached by, from Reuters, I was poached by the BBC. So I worked for the BBC for another 2 years. When you work for the BBC, they take you back to London, they take you through more courses so that you learn how to report for the BBC. It's not just Juakali. I was in Bush House for some time, TV Centre. I worked for BBC World Service for another 2 years till, that's a long story. I got fired.
So you're in BBC and then you got fired. Then what happens?
I was fired, but I was lucky at the time. I had made so many contacts in international media.
Right.
So what I did is I put myself out there as a Kenyan fixer. They used to call it a fixer.
Yes.
It's basically a producer. So any international media who wants to come to Kenya and they need somebody on the ground who understands media, who understands the terrain, they will get in touch with me. They will pay me my $100 a day and I will fix for them for 2-3 weeks, whatever it is. And that is how I got by for some time. One day my friend Nick Hughes, I don't know if you know Nick Hughes of Vivid Features, he said he's going to Rwanda to shoot a movie, 100 days. He's looking for a production manager. He asked me if I was interested. I was like, excusez-moi.
I'm here.
I am here. So I went to Rwanda for about 7 months. We made a movie on the genocide. So when I finished in Rwanda, I came back straight into Citizen. So I read news on Citizen for about 3 months. Then one day the government came and took all the equipment. And the station died for some time.
That was at in town.
Citizen used to be at Anniversary
Yes.
I was there for some months. So I went back into freelance work now because Citizen was shut down for some time. They had no equipment. Then I went for a job for Swedish TV in Kisumu. And when I came back, I used to have an answering machine. Do people know what that is?
They don't know. You may need to explain.
Hi, my name is Radul. I'm not in right now. Please leave a message and I'll get back to you.
Those paging services.
No, I had an answering machine.
Answering machine.
Yes.
I'll call you back.
I'll call you back. So I come back from Kisumu and I find a message from Beatrice Takwa. She had been... Beatrice and Jennifer Kungu. Beatrice Marshall now. Yes. At the time she was still Takwa, I think. So Jennifer Kungu had interviewed me when I was at Citizen to go and work at Capital, but I never moved because I didn't see the reason to. I didn't want to move. But Beatrice and Jennifer were now supposed to move to KISS 100 to start the newsroom. And they were looking for a newsreader and a reporter for KISS. So I find a message from Beatrice Takwin to call John Wilkins. I went in for an interview. On a Friday and a Monday, I started my job, baptism of fire. I didn't know that I was going to, you know, when you start a new job, you think you're going to come in, you're told, here's tea, here's the loo, here's where. You're introduced to the job.
Proper.
I had heard the late Lorna Orungu, may she rest in peace. I'd heard Lorna doing the news on KISS 100 for the first couple of weeks. And I was like, damn, I'd applied for that job and I didn't get it. Then Kumbe, they hadn't even heard my application. It's Jennifer who recommended me. So I went, I did an interview. When I came in on Monday, I thought I was going to find Lorna telling me what to do. I was told, no, she left on Friday. Mutoko, you know how Mutoko is. Radul, I need the news in 30 minutes. You picked up at 4 a.m., you take it to 6 a.m., you're told I need the news. I don't even know where to start. I looked at the newspaper, copied stuff. There was another journalist there who helped me, and I went in and I read news on day one. It was baptism of fire.
Let's go. That's 21 years ago.
That's 21 years ago.
We're in 2021.
Yes.
And we're in 2021.
Yes.
21 years ago. In 2021, 21 years later.
Yes.
And you decide.
What kept me engaged at Radio Africa, I didn't think I'd even stay there for 21 years.
Yeah.
I think I was fortunate enough to be very diverse.
Yeah.
I had worked at BBC Radio,
Yeah.
Television. When I was at Reuters,
Yeah.
at some point I was put on print. I did business news on the print desk for Reuters.
Yeah.
So I knew print, TV, radio, and later on, digital.
Yeah. And at the same time, you're working Super Sport.
Somewhere along the way, I don't know whether I should go back to 2006.
You're doing everything.
2006,
Yeah.
because I was a sports fan, Kiss, for the longest time, had tried to get a Saturday show.
Yeah.
And they had tried everything from Sean Cadavillis to Robert Warobi. Yeah, Robert Warobi, Jimmy Gathu. They tried to have a Saturday sports show and it wasn't working.
Yeah.
So 2006, Maina Kageni was approached and Maina was told to start the Saturday sports show with Jimmy. You know Maina. He
Yes.
missed his first 2 shows. So John Wilkins told me, Radul, since you're a sports fan and Jimmy Gathu's not a sports fan, sit with him for the 2 weeks Maina is away from his own show that he's not launched.
Yes.
So I sat with Jimmy for 2 shows.
Yes.
As Maina decided to come and start his show. By the 3rd show,
Yeah.
things changed and John Wilkins said, okay, now, you know what, instead of removing Radul, we removed Jimmy, who went back to he was doing a night show on Classic, and put Maina with
Kivumbi.
Radul.
Yeah.
So it was default that I ended up with Maina
Yes.
on that show. And we did it, the 2 of us, for about a month or 2. He brought Muniu Gidinji. Now it was 2 Manu fans against little me.
Yeah.
I got a lot of sympathy votes.
Yeah.
As a Masafara. And then 2 years later, Maina decided he's too busy on weekends.
Yeah.
And Caroline said, Radul, so you take the show. I was like, okay. And then somewhere along the way, around 2009, that's when Supersport came and started showing the Kenyan Premier League.
You know, someone watching atauliza, so when did you have your life, your free time?
I
your
did not.
Social life?
I did not.
All right. So you know that's what you want
I
to
did.
hear.
I was working. Imagine, I'm working 6 days a week. Sunday, I'm working at the stadium.
Yes.
Sunday night, I'm blogging because it's needed on Monday morning.
Yeah.
Then Monday, sometimes it'd be a live game at Nyayo, and I would have to be there. Wednesday, sometimes it'd be a live game at Nyayo at night, and I had to be there. Thursday, I was doing live. Don't ask me how. Somewhere, I had time for a relationship.
Yeah, because you know, that's where we are coming, and everybody's asking, so at what point did you get to date? Have this big wedding? There's a lot. You know the beauty about you, you're a journalist. We can talk mpaka kesho until the cows come back.
Forever.
You see your picture yako kwanza, how you shed all that weight in less than a year. How many kilos?
Last year, I shed 16 kgs.
Yes. Where? At the gym?
Here.
Right here?
Where we are sitting.
Yeah?
You know, when COVID hit, you had 2 options, because you were stuck indoors.
Yeah.
Either you add or you lose.
Yeah, okay.
Because you become either a couch potato or you decide to lose.
Yes, I added personally. So you'll tell us.
We're not
about
arguing.
That. Yeah. So you lost 16 kilos here.
Here, because I'm not getting any younger. And
Yeah.
the older we get, the harder it will be to lose weight.
That's right. Yeah.
And I'm like, I have all this time on my hands. You can only watch so many movies and so much, you know.
Yeah.
So I looked at YouTube videos. I started with a walk program, graduated to something more vigorous. And the kilos shed off.
And
this
you
year
still
is
on
when, well, this year is when I joined the gym because my target was to get to 72 kgs. I was 86.
What?
My target was to get to 72.
Yes.
By beginning of this year, I was 70. I even went down till 67. You know, once you were used to it,
yes,
it continues even when you stop.
Yes.
So I decided I was too thin. I'm sure you saw my mother complaining on Facebook.
I saw you at some point. You had to go back
My mother has caused the hell?
Tell me about those shoes.
These shoes, can I get them?
Yes.
These shoes, I wore them in Barcelona during a shoot with Ronaldinho.
Ronaldinho, the great gauch.
Yeah, we were both brand ambassadors for the same betting company.
Yes.
And he autographed these for me after the shoot. These autographed my jersey as well. And
Very special.
Yeah, and I pretended I knew how to play football. Luckily, these guys are very talented. They edit in such a way that you actually look like you know what you're doing.
Can we go play some football?
Let's go play football.
All right.
But I'm not wearing these. These cannot touch the ground.
Really? That's suit.
I'm Jalu. I just
We'll
need a
pick
glass
one of
box.
these. We'll take the Kombora or which one of them.
The
Every
Kombora.
football seems to have a
Kombora
story
is a brand
here.
in the States, Kenyan
Yeah.
brand in the States.
Yeah.
I have this has been signed by Kinawanyama. Most of my guests who come will sign this ball.
Yeah.
This one was signed last week by that Sean Freestyle.
Yes.
That guy and Oscar the Juggler. This is volleyball. I was given by Paul Bitok,
Yes.
the volleyball national team coach.
Yes.
This was given by one of the rugby guys. I'm not sure which one. But yeah, and this is signed by, I can't remember this guy's name, but he's a South African under 20 World Cup winner.
He'll be watching, and you better remember.
I was given this by a CEO from some finance company in Dubai.
Okay.
Told me, Radul, I know you'll value this cricket ball. By the way, I like cricket.
Okay.
Huh? I don't know how to play, don't worry.
And the small one?
This I got at the SUV, South Africa, 2010. This was you remember the ball?
Yes,
The
yes.
South African ball in 2010. This I was sent by CAF before the, I think 2015 Africa Cup of Nations. This is the official ball. They sent it to me. These are for my clients.
Is this a
which,
football?
This is from Coca-Cola. It's actually a clock and a radio.
Oh.
Yeah.
Just keep
I was
it
given this by them as well.
And then Kaiser Chiefs.
These Kaiser Chiefs and Orlando Pirates I was given during Vodacom Challenge in South Africa, 2010. 2009, they took journalists from around the world to tour South Africa so that we could market it before the World Cup.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So everyone who comes here, they have to sign.
They have to sign, yeah. Mostly there are people who, but you know how to play football. See, you're a footballer.
A bit at some point. I can
Hey,
sign. So
I'll
which one
get
am I signing?
You signed the one Wanyama signed, Kwani.
Oh. Did you see him the other
I
day?
need to find me a pen in that
There
bag.
was a guy who was trying to mess up with the Wanyama. Kwambe unijui nitakufinya.
Oh, this is also signed by Rachel and Essie Akida. This is signed by the women who won the Kenyan Premier League.
Wow.
Women's Premier League as well.
And now here for the jokers.
Yeah, but don't take all the space.
No, I'll just do a small one.
But now that's such a fake signature. It's
It
just the
is.
word,
I
it's
like-
the word Churchill.
I like, so what should I do? I can draw.
Circles like this.
I can draw, by the way.
This one I can copy and sign checks.
Okay, let me just do a beautiful picture so you remember me, because I'm a joker.
Okay, keep your day job. You're not an artist.
All right, we're going to play some football with CR herself. My goodness, Radul. And of course, we'll be right back after the break. Don't even think of signing on my camera.
Credo faster, nunua credo sasa imekuwa rahisi na credo faster. Kumbuka ni *264 hash.
Get 2% airtime bonus on Airtime Bot.
Credo faster.
Yeah.
I was taught the other day how to chobo.
How do you
Chobo.
do that?
Chobo!
That's a nice nutmeg. Unajua Kenya ngapi wanajua chobo inaitwaje kwa Kiswahili?
See, I'm saying that as if you're not in this current profession, you'd be a footballer.
Yeah, really, eh? I tried.
When you were young.
When I was a bit young. All right, welcome back to Churchill Show, my journey, my story. CR is the name. My goodness, you have to tell us later where you're going. What's the future? What's the plan?
Future's
Later.
big and bright.
Fitness. How is it losing all those kgs just like that? You must be feeling so fresh.
I felt energetic, healthy. My clothes fit.
Yeah.
I looked sexy. That didn't hurt at all. I could start putting those clothes on Instagram.
Yeah.
Wait until I get muscles.
Now you're toning.
I'll sumbua you,
You're
sana.
toning like Chris.
Sana.
How is it? Marriage, relationships.
Eish. Art of patience.
Yeah.
You're taught the art of patience.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah?
Things happen. You grow apart. You
Yeah.
move on.
Yeah.
You know.
How is it moving on? How hard is it, or how easy is it?
It's not easy.
Yeah.
Relationships in general are not easy.
Yes.
Ever.
Yeah.
You know, from any stage of your life.
Yeah.
And before you even decide that something you've invested in, like marriage, is over,
Yeah.
it takes time.
It does.
It takes time, discussion.
Yeah.
You talk to people. You get advice from the right people. You talk to family, and
Yeah.
when you make the decision,
Yeah. Yeah.
and then you try your best to move on. And me, I pray a lot, by the way.
That's good.
Without this man up here.
Yes.
By the way, before we started production today, the way your team prays,
Yeah.
I respect that, man. I do live.
It's
Those
important.
prayers are coming before every show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's important.
God takes you through.
It does.
Yeah.
It does. Then you had this issue of cancer, man. You're a cancer soldier.
I personally have never had cancer, touch wood.
Yeah.
You know, I try to live a healthy life, but nothing is guaranteed. My first experience with cancer, of course, was my young brother.
Yeah.
I was in Form 4 at the time.
Yeah.
He was supposed to join Standard 1.
Yeah.
He did his Standard 8 exams from Mpisha Hospital,
Yeah.
where he was being treated. Unfortunately, being in the 80s, doctors didn't know, even now, such few doctors in this country that they don't even know how to diagnose cancer, you know. By the time you come to the cancer center in Nairobi, you've been treated for malaria, pneumonia, anything under the sun.
Yeah.
So it was difficult. It was 7 months from the day he was diagnosed to the day he passed. And it was
Sorry
really
about
hard,
that. Yeah.
especially for my mom, you know, mothers and their children. Staying up at night with him, seeing him going through chemotherapy, losing his hair, losing weight, it was very difficult. Now the frustrating thing though is you fast forward years later and my dad got prostate cancer, which fortunately is not one of the more vigorous cancers, if detected in good time. And he managed to live over 10 years with his cancer. But even today, my dad passed in 2013, but even today, 2021, we still have so much misdiagnosis. We still have, us as Kenyans, we don't go for checkups. You know, we go to the hospital when we're sick.
Yes. When it's critical.
When it's critical.
Yeah.
And the thing about cancer is by the time you feel it,
Yeah.
you're already probably on stage 2 or 3.
Yeah.
That's why they encourage people to go for regular checkups. If you're a woman, annual pap smear, certain age, 6-month pap smear.
Yeah.
If you're men, go for PSA tests. You know, it's just a simple blood test. If your PSA is high, they'll tell you to go for further tests. But it's so important to go for regular checkups. Unfortunately, it's easier said than done because it costs money.
Yes.
Medical care in this country is expensive.
Yeah.
And if you there's someone who told me, why should I go for screening? I had put something on Facebook that they're screening at one of the stadiums in Nyeri.
Yeah.
He said, why should I go? And if I have cancer, I can't afford to treat myself. Let me just be the way I am.
Yeah. I don't want to know.
Yeah, as ignorant as that sounds, it's a reality.
Yeah.
It's so expensive. And it's unfortunate that we have less than 20 specialist cancer doctors in this country. 40 million Kenyans. Less
That's
than 20
serious.
doctors.
Yeah.
That's why people have to go to India and they have to go abroad, and it's so expensive.
Damn expensive.
So it's unfortunate. So I try my best where possible, partner with Eda's Hope for Cancer Kids, see if we can create more awareness. Go to Kenyatta Hospital. My birthday's coming up. I go to
When?
what date? In September.
Okay, we're going.
Yeah, I'll be sweet 16 again.
Yeah.
And I make a point. Last year I didn't go because of COVID.
Yeah.
But I'll try this time, make a point, go spend time with those kids in, it's Ward 8, Ward 9.
Yeah. Invite me.
Have cake and fruits.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So I try and do what I can.
I like that.
Yeah.
How's your sister?
My sister's
You
great.
are look-alike.
She's great. She's also on the treadmill every day. You saw a treadmill in my house.
Yes, I saw it.
Hey!
Hey, you guys.
You know, we're not getting any younger. If sexy doesn't come back now, it may never.
She's your gym mate.
She's my gym mate.
Yeah,
But
that's
she's
awesome.
softer about it. And she's also like, I don't want to get below 72.
Yeah.
You are too thin.
Yeah.
She's on my mother's side.
Yeah.
But I'm too
You're
thin.
looking great now.
Thank you.
Have you thought of joining, playing a major role in sports? I saw some people saying, go for CS.
Okay, let me correct you. I think
to join one of these
I think I already
federations.
play a major role.
You already
But I know
play.
what you mean.
Yeah.
You mean federation,
Yeah,
you mean sports
federation,
ministry, you mean
yeah.
all these things. No,
Because of the passion, man.
I do not ever want to run for FKF president. More so, and this is something I've discovered over the last year and a half while doing Radul Live,
Yeah.
is first of all, every sport in this country needs me. or needs people like me. They need people focusing on Kenyan sports.
Yeah.
Be it rugby, badminton, archery,
Cricket,
kabaddi, cricket, whatever it is, you know. So going for FKF means abandoning every other sport.
Yeah.
I am not interested in having a political position because I also feel my hands would slightly be tied.
Yeah.
I cannot highlight what I want to highlight. There's so many restrictions when you're now in government. That's why you think people change. They become politicians and they change.
Yeah.
Suddenly they have a boss who says you can't say that, you can't do that.
Yeah. You want to be free. You are free bird.
And right now, I think it doesn't matter who you put as a sports CS. He or she is going to have a tough time. Amina has a very tough time.
Amazing.
I don't believe the
really
government of Kenya has sport at heart. And it starts from even the budgetary process. This is the first time I think we've got is it this year or last year? We got 14 billion shillings.
Yeah.
But that's because they factored in building stadia.
Yeah.
Otherwise, the budget for sport is so little.
Yeah.
If you don't already have the budget, how am I going to criticize you for not paying for this and paying for that and doing this and doing that? Yeah.
Amina is really trying at the CS.
Yeah.
So much.
For me, Amina tries. It's not her fault. She was appointed.
Yeah.
People say, what does she know about sports? You don't appoint yourself. You're appointed and you accept, you know. And I think she has tried to inform herself. You see her making visits to sports teams.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is I'm not interested in the CS position.
Yeah.
I've never been offered.
Not any
Let's start
position.
there.
Yeah.
But I'm not interested, and
You're good.
I like my freedom as well. I like to sleep at nights.
Yeah.
That
Arsenal, I used to team Arsenal this season.
Masafra, Arsenal's family.
Masafra, yes.
Arsenal's family.
Yes.
You can never turn away from your family.
Yeah.
You
Daima.
suffer when they're down, you're together. When they're up, you're together.
Are you the one who influenced Baba to join Arsenal?
I did not, but I did get him to meet a former Arsenal manager, Terry Neal.
Yes.
He was an Arsenal manager in the 70s, 1-0. But he came to Kenya and made sure he met with Baba, gave him a jersey.
That's nice.
But Baba made his own decision.
Now, you know, if the show ends before you tell us what's happening next, it's a problem. Where are you heading?
Since we're talking about sports, before we talk about what's happening next, I wanted to talk to the sports fans.
Yeah, talk to them.
Because we're very fickle as Kenyan sports fans.
Yeah.
We think the job of building sport in this country lies with federation presidents and lies with the CS. It doesn't.
Yeah.
It lies with me and you, Churchill.
Right.
Which is why we started things like Jazz Study and several other projects.
Yes.
Because I cannot be a keyboard warrior and on Saturday I do not take myself to go and watch a match.
To the stadium.
I have no right to complain if I've not done my part as a sports fan.
Yes.
And your part as a sports fan is not big. It's buying merchandise.
Yeah.
It's paying to go to the stadium.
Yes.
It's supporting your team through thick and thin.
Right.
And it's following the rules.
Yeah.
Before you criticize someone, ask yourself what I have done. Are you that fan who goes to the stadium and stands at the gate and says, do you know who I am?
Yeah.
I don't want to pay.
Silipi.
But then I was talking to AFC Leopard president last year and he was telling me, you'll be surprised who doesn't want to pay 1,000 bob. He's parked a Mercedes outside.
Yeah.
But he comes with, do you know who I am? He doesn't want to pay.
Yeah.
That's how teams get paid.
Yeah.
There's no sponsorship in Kenyan sport, or very little sponsorship in Kenyan sport, because the fans are not visible.
Yeah.
A sponsor wants, just like in radio, they want listeners. In TV, they want viewers.
Yes.
For sport, they want people in the stands.
Right.
So if you're not going to the stands, you're really not helping your side.
Yeah.
Yeah? And that's why you see Gor and AFC, they'll get some sponsors here and there. But other teams really struggle with that because the fans don't turn up.
Yeah.
But we're the first to criticize. The same with Olympics.
Yeah.
We are here saying, oh,
We want gold.
Malkia Strikers didn't win anything, or rugby didn't. When was the last time you took yourself to a Malkia Strikers game at Kasarani?
Yeah.
Or to Kenya Pipeline or
Prisons.
Posta or Prisons game in the league?
Yeah.
You don't support them visibly, but you criticize them. When was the last time
the
you came here to RFUA grounds to watch these?
Yeah.
Kina Collins Injera in the league.
Yes.
At
Impala.
Mwamba. He
Mwamba,
plays for
yeah.
Mwamba here at Railway.
And Harlequins.
And Harlequins and Impala. When was the last time you took yourself? But they don't do well in the Olympics, you're the first to criticize.
Yes.
You don't know how these guys operate on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah.
We are one of the few countries on the circuit for rugby whose players have jobs. They train in the morning, 8 a.m. they go to Kazi till 5.
Yeah.
Then they come and train till 10 p.m.
Imagine.
Then they wake up again at 3 a.m., 4 a.m. they're training till 8 a.m. Then you want them to beat South Africa, who only play rugby.
Imagine.
That's what they do. Because there's money in the game, because the fans are behind the teams.
Even Tanzanians.
Even Even Tanzanians, look at how they fill their stadiums.
Simba and Yanga.
You know, that's why they have endless sponsorship. That's why they're taking players from Kenyan Premier League, because they can pay them, because there's money in the game, because the fans are visible.
So final word to the sponsors, to the fans.
Stop hiding behind your keyboard.
To jazz the stadium.
To jazz a study.
I like
Stop
that.
hiding behind your keyboard.
Yeah.
Be seen. Buy merchandise. Everybody wears clothes. I'm wearing Olunga 14. Everybody wears clothes.
Yeah.
I started an initiative earlier this year. I told teams, I'll buy your jersey, model and promote it for you.
Yes.
But you must make sure you have a proper Instagram account so that when I wear it, I tag you. And I have jerseys. I didn't show you in the house. I have jerseys for ZFC, for Ruare in Nyeri, for Wazito, for
Tusker.
Gor Mahia, for Tusker FC. I have jerseys for, I think, almost every team in the top 3 tier leagues, you know. And I model them, but they have to have Instagram accounts. I tell people where to go and all that stuff. You know, buy their jerseys, support your teams like that, buy their merchandise. But the teams as well, brand and market yourselves.
Yeah.
Get accounts.
Get accounts.
Post.
Get those guys to work on your
Let
digital
people know
platform.
when you're playing and what's happening within the team. Give the information to the fans.
Right.
So it's two-way street. It's fans and it's the teams also have their work to do.
Right. Awesome. Twendeni steady.
Yes.
That's Karo Radul for you. Karo naenda wapi sasa? After 21 years radio umesema,
I haven't been doing my sports show since April last year
because of Corona.
because of
COVID.
Corona. Saturday, 14th of August, I will be on air.
So I'm doing drums.
Monday, 16th, I will be on TV. I'll have a Monday night sports show, 10 to 10:30. It shall be revealed in the next day or two.
Where?
Huh? Where? Kwani, you think Churchill Show is the only one who can get this slot? You think Churchill Show is the only one who can get
They are
this
moving
slot?
Churchill Show. They'll put Karo Show here.
No, not on Sunday. Monday.
On NTV, Karo Radul. My goodness, welcome. Yeah, we said it.
Power to the people.
Power to the people. I'm so proud of you. After 21, how does it feel after 21 years?
One thing I need to get straight, and media, I love vlogs. What? They focus on the negative. I will always respect that man called Patrick Kwako.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Patrick Kwako is a genius.
Yeah.
That man, what's the word? He taught Kenya radio. Can I put it that way?
Reinvented.
He reinvented the wheel.
Yeah.
When it comes to radio in Kenya.
Yeah.
He built amazing brands.
Yeah.
He gave me amazing opportunities.
Yes.
I got to work in radio, TV, print, digital.
Yeah.
Under that man, Patrick Kwako. Massive respect for him.
Big up
Massive
yourself,
respect.
boss.
So those 21 years, that's your life. That's a lifetime.
Yeah.
I'm not going to spend 21 years anywhere else.
No.
Maybe in another marriage, I don't know.
In another marriage. That's a penalty for you.
Why?
Not your goalkeeper. We are finishing.
Why?
Who's the goalkeeper? I should be the
Arnold Origi
goalkeeper.
is my friend.
If I score,
If you score, you buy lunch. If I score, you buy lunch.
you buy lunch.
No!
Regardless.
Whether you score or not,
No,
you're buying.
do the whistle now. One. That's one. Okay, that's
supposed
one.
to be
Let me
two.
get you the ball. Two.
It's supposed-
Come shoot. I'm gonna. Oh, it's so near.
It's near.
Are you ready?
Hey,
Go.
can I do a pananka?
Go, do whatever. And you know you had Magadi me. Yeah. You know I had already gone. Yeah.
He was off the line.
Oh my God.
He was off the line.
Had
I
already
didn't
gone.
do a
That was a
pananka.
goal. That's so near, man.
Okay, wait. Now a proper one.
Yeah. That was hard. Yeah. That was Andole. So you're not scoring. You're not. What happened?
No, there's no such thing as
It's a goal. Go, the
it was
last
saved,
one.
Bana.
You kicked the last
It
one.
was saved.
Hey.
Hey, Bana.
What happens?
Clearly, your
What
Harambee
happens?
Starlets are not calling me.
I'm
What
not kicking
happened?
hard, man. Just play
Okay,
technique. Gentle.
I kick there.
Yeah, kick wherever.
There. That wasn't hard. By the way, that wasn't hard.
It's a draw.
That wasn't hard.
It's a draw. Oh, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. We are done. Let's go. You buy lunch.
Apana.
We are done. We are done. Bye. Thank you very much.
How many did I
That was
score?
Churchill Show. You scored 1 +1.